Handy, we can, there it is. We're recording. Hope you have your water. We can go ahead and get started. Hydrating ourselves. The days are getting warmer, so we want to make sure that we are keeping our bodies full of fluid. Liquid water is the best thing we can fill ourselves up with. So we're going to start our practice, and we do most times anyway, by just doing what we do in yoga, sitting quietly. So you can even close your eyes and ground yourself, feeling your feet planted firmly on the floor. You can check to make sure your whole foot's on the floor, right? And you can sit tall, away from the back of your chair. If you're leaning against the chair, just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. You're not rounded into the bucket seat, right? Position. And then that first deep breath in, take that long, slow breath. And then exhaling slowly back out again. This is this beautiful time, this hour we give to ourselves. Let's just start by slowing everything down, starting with the breath, and then the mind will follow. I like to use this analogy of someone dropping a pebble into water, and there's a little ripple effect, and then there's stillness. And that's what we want to be seeking, is that beautiful stillness. Stillness in our beings, not only in our flesh and our bones and our muscles, but in the spirit inside of us. And can you imagine, can you say where your center is? So for some of it, we feel like our center is our mind, and others we feel calmness or unrest in our hearts. Others, it can be the gut. And there's not a right or wrong with that. Where do you feel unrest or contentment? Mind, heart, or gut? And wherever your still center is, let's kind of bring that to mind. We'll label it. And see if you can feel the calm there. We know this stillness is available to us at any time. We just want to always seek that. So full breath in. And exhale it back out. Next inhale, we sit tall. And the next exhale, we lower our chin toward our chest and loosen a little bit more. Good. And maybe a little bit more by lowering the chin all the way down. And then we'll take our head up to neutral, chin parallel, so we can look over our right shoulder and then through center and over to the left. Good. Let's take that one more time to the right and over to the left. So just turning our head gently. And then now with the head and center and shoulders back and down, let's take our right ear over its shoulder. Just let the head hang pretty heavily. And notice the side of the neck releasing. And then come back up through center and left ear over. And you can even start lowering that right shoulder down a little bit. Good. Let's do that one more time to each side. So right ear lowering. Oh, there's the tug and the pull we're looking for. Good. And then back through center and then left ear over. Very important to do these every day. Let's come through center, tuck our chin, and start our head roll over one shoulder and the other. These little half circles. And as you roll around here, notice sensations, maybe what you hear crunching in there. The idea is to begin softening those tight spaces along the neck and shoulders. The more you do this, the more the adhesions break up and the better the range of motion you'll have and less tension and less pain. Excellent. Now let's come through center with chin tucked, but sit up and just push down with your right shoulder and then your left. So it's like you're just pulsing down one side and then the other. Taking your shoulder down toward your hip and then back to neutral, side to side, maybe 2 more times to each side, really creating that space, breathing through it. Excellent. And then head back to neutral. We'll take our hands interlaced behind our skull and then push your head strongly into your hands. This way, we're strengthening the muscles of the neck. They get kind of long and weak from jutting our chins forward and looking down at devices. So this firms us back up again. Good. That helps with neck arthritis. And then lengthen the arms long and open and close your fists, palms facing down. You can spread your fingers nice and wide and then a tight grip. Our fingers are our tools in life, so we want to keep them flexible and moving. And then palms up, we'll take that same open and close. Excellent job. Just move it around. And then let's circle through the wrists, roll it forward and back, so both directions. And then start taking that overhead. And when we're up and overhead, then we can start pulling on our rope. You could lean side to side and pull with some vigor here, like you're just taking yourself right out of that chair. Yeah, use those arm muscles, your waistline, pull your rope. Great job. One more to each side. Excellent. And then let's just roll shoulders a couple of times. Let's get them back in their sockets. Good. Maybe turn your head a time or two. Breathing deeply. And then let's sit in mountain position. Okay. So they're doing a lot of studies because there are like 77 million baby boomers. There's a whole lot of you. And so because we're living longer, and there are more studies on health and fitness in our senior years. And there's a study that shows that a big majority of 80-year-olds cannot hold or lift 10 pounds, which really isn't a whole lot. And it's not because that as we age, we must become weak and we must have brittle bones. It's because this group who can't lift 10 pounds is not doing anything to strengthen so that they can lift those 10 pounds. So it is a myth that we have to be brittle in our bones and very weak in our muscles. There are two ways that we cannot fall into that group of 80-year-olds who can't lift 10 pounds. One is by contracting our muscles. So if you do anything, even if it's just a 1 or 2 pound weight where you flex and you contract your muscles will get pumped up. This is called working isotonic, where you flex and contract. Okay, the other way is how we do in yoga. It's where you hold something with pressure. So we'll relax our shoulders, and what we need to do is not just place our hands together, but push our hands together so that you feel your chest muscles, you feel your biceps and triceps. So holding something with pressure to the point you're strengthening your arm muscles, this is isometric. First was isotonic, this is isometric. So I want you to push, 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 hand into hand, finger into finger. Now, what we're going to do is take these namaste arms off to the right without twisting. Keep pressing your hands and look to your left. Press, press, press. The push is where the strength comes. Excellent. Now come back to center, hands in your head. Keep pressing your palms, but flip your fingertips down towards your lap and tuck your chin. Excellent. Come on up. Keep pushing. That's where you get your strength. Fingertips under your chin. Now interlace your hands and press out. This way we stretch and take those arms up and overhead. Excellent job. And then we're going to release those hands back by our hips and then exhale back to namaste hands. Let's see if we can lift our elbows up a little bit and press them forward. Forearms parallel to the floor. Press your fingers and the whole circumference of your hand, like tug of war. Really push. And then take your elbows off to the left without twisting. Look right and breathe. Really press as strongly as you can. Feel all those muscles engage. Come back through center. Inhale, exhale, flip your fingertips down, tuck the chin, look down at the carpal tunnel area, and then bring your hands back. Now, you usually have an index finger you put on top. Go to the opposite index finger, interlace opposite, and then press out and come overhead. Good job. And then with those strengthened bones, you're going to resist on your way down. Nice. Now, let's work at our shoulder joint a little bit. The rotator cuff is here in the front. We're going to just explore range of motion. So if it does not feel good, if you have some rotator cuff issues, we always make this smaller. Roll forward and back. So rotator cuff muscles are for range of motion. You want to make sure you're not overextending when you do this. Notice how this right side feels. Internal, external rotation. Okay, now let's go over to the left. Start again. It's the same joint, a completely different side. So if we need to adjust here, we will. How do the two sides compare, contrast? Rotator cuff, just moving those muscles. Good job. Now we're going to change this movement up a little bit. We're going to come into a cactus arm. So you see the chair rail behind me. I'm trying to get my upper arm in line with that so I'm not drooping. If you need to, you can, but if you're able, go ahead and get that real nice 90 degrees because we're going to lower the fingertips toward the floor as best we can and then take this back. Something to test later on. Stand up against the wall and see if you can get the whole back of your hand to touch and then your whole palm to touch the wall. All right, that can be kind of challenging. We want the elbow to touch and the hand, not just the elbow. So I want you to try that on your own later. Good. It's important. Let's go to the other side. It's an important range of motion. If you can't touch your back of your hand or your palm, it's likely you just don't have as much range of motion in your rotator cuff. And this is an exercise you want to do. And little by little, you'll start to open that up. Good. Now we're going to put the two together. So let's put the right arm up with it and then just alternate. Excellent. Now we're going to move our head. So look toward the hand that's lowering. Look over that shoulder. Ah, so many things moving here and getting lubricated, breaking up adhesions. This is not the way we move as adults, right? This is how we moved as kids, but the body needs and wants to move this way. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So later on, I want you to see if you can stand off the wall like this and see if the backs of your hands touch. So just a little tester there to see how that rotator cuff is moving for you. Let's scoot forward a little bit. We'll take our goddess position. We're going to work in the shoulders and in the back. This is a rainbow movement. So we'll take our left hand to the outside of our right knee and make a fist with your left hand. And one finger at a time will make a rainbow arc. So let's go up. 1, watch your hand. 2, 3, 4. Now reach behind you and reach toward the floor. Look over your right shoulder and nod twice. Lift and lower your chin. Excellent. After the second head nod, we look over the left shoulder and bring the fingers in pinky first. Back through that arc. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and tap the outside of your right leg. Make a fist again with your left hand. Do it again. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now fingertips really reach down. Let's look over to the right and 2 head nods. Opening the throat, stretching the back of the neck. Let's turn back over to the left. And here we go back up through 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now this time we're really getting into the back muscle. So hold on to the outside of your leg right under your knee and pull back. Tuck your chin, pull away from your leg and feel that big stretch. Breathe right between your shoulders and release. Come back through center. Notice the difference of the two sides. Right hand will come to the outside of your left knee, making a fist. Here we go. 1, index, 2, 3, 4, and reach toward the floor. Feel that inner arm stretch. Look over your left shoulder, 2 head nods. Notice where you feel tugs and pulls. Good. Look back over at the right hand. Come back through rainbow arc. Pinky first. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just lightly tap the knee. Binding the fist again. Back up. 1, 2. Really reach. 3, 4. Try to touch the floor. Look over your left shoulder. Lift and lower your chin 2 times. Oh, nice job. And turn again over the right shoulder. And we come back in 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time holding on to the outside there where your knee attaches to your thigh and pull back. Tuck your chin. Most of us are really tight here. So let's open up here. Breathing in, this is where we can get vertebral compression fractures, little holes in the bones that cause kyphosis. So we want to tug the muscle against the bone so the bone gets stronger. Excellent. Come back through center, heel toe yourself in so you're back to mountain. Interlace your hands one more time, press those palms and take that up and overhead. Good job. Lift your ribs, your back ribs off your pelvis. Press your thumbs up and exhale, hands to your hips. And we're going to flutter. So you might need to come forward. You're going to flutter your wings, your butterfly wings. What we're doing is stretching the front, the rotator cuff area, the pectoral muscles, the chest muscles, and strengthening your back muscles. When we round forward, the chest muscles get tight and locked and they round us forward. Upper back muscles get weak and tight and stuck. Weak and stretched and they get elongated and we get stuck this way. So this helps both, opens the front and strengthens the back. Now you can stay here at the hip or the waistline or come to your hip pocket and go a little bit deeper with that. So really start squeezing those elbows and shoulders back. Feel your upper back muscles. Those are the rhomboids that get weak. So strengthen them back up again. This is going to make your posture nice and tall. Keep breathing, flapping those wings. Good job. And then let's place our hands to our thighs, take the feet out a little bit and work that whole spine. So hands to your knees, we'll pull them back toward our hips. Squeeze the elbows again, look up, and then exhale. Curl your tail under a lot. Just look at your belly button and round your back. Inhale, squeeze your elbows and shoulder blades, open your throat. Exhale, coil it all in a big C curve. Inhale, back bending, strengthening. Exhale, rounding and stretching. Good. Let's come back through center. Heel toe the feet back to mountain. Sit midway of your chair. Arms to cactus. Just relax your shoulders. Good. And as we sit tall, we're going to inhale. Exhaling, we'll pull the right arm back, twisting over our right shoulder. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back through center. We're going to take this to airplane wings and make it a little larger. So exhaling with straight arms. Inhale center. Now let's really pull that left arm back so you feel the stretch again in your chest. Good. All the way back through center. Nicely done. Now we're going to flap our wings. Just get floppy in your wrists. Yeah, floppy. You might hear some clicking. That means we need a little more hydration. We need more synovial fluid. So just move it. The fluid will come as you move. Awesome job. Now go back to those big, long airplane wings and take your right arm over the left. You can hug here and lift your elbows, backs of your hands together, or take your left fingers in your right palm. Now we're not going to lean forward this time. I just want you to take your hands away from your forehead and lift up. Then just tuck your chin. So spread those shoulders wide, big breath into your upper back. Exhale it out. Take your arms back out, unwind them, and big swan arms. Floppy wrists again. Woo, this one's so great for your immunity and your shoulder health. So go ahead and take that long arm. This time we're going to take our left arm on top. So opposite of what you just did. Walk your hands behind. You can stay here. Just lift your elbows, backs of your hands, or right fingertips in the left palm. Take your hands away, lift up. Don't lean. Just sit up and tuck your chin so that we stimulate the thyroid. And again, separating our shoulders. This area between the shoulders is the thoracic spine. We do not want the vertebral compression fractures because once those little holes are there, it's really hard to correct that kyphosis. So breathe in, get that strong area. Good job. Release, life force reach, 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 reach. Wiggle your fingers, long, long reach. And then shoulder roll. Oh, good job. Up, back, and around. Shoulder roll. Okay, let's just alternate. Maybe move your head around a little bit. Get everything fluid. Nice. Maybe go the other direction, just like you're swimming with your shoulders, both of them at the same time. Okay. That feels good. Now we've got everything loosened up. We'll sit tall and take our right arm up without taking the shoulder with us. So let's see if we can lift that left arm without taking the shoulder up to its ear. Good. So that's all about range of motion. If you have to back bend or hike up your shoulder, don't lift it up quite so high. Yeah, just keep it snuggled in its socket. Excellent. We're going to scoot back a little bit because I'd like for you now just to lift your right leg and then your left. We're going to do a whole series for knees. So if you have knee pain or weak knees or even arthritis, we are going to do a whole series for any knee issues you have. Good. Now let's put these two together. So right arm, left leg. We'll take our marches, our alternates. We're marching so that we get strong in the quads. That quad strength is super important for healthy knees. The quads wrap around the knees and support the knees, but unfortunately, quads atrophy as we age. So this kind of work is very good for strengthening that area. Nice. Now relax both arms and legs. Let's lift just the arms up. Good job, and release. Now just the legs, quads and core, toes up. Now arms up. We've got L for love. Good job. Release the feet, arms out, and then crisscross arms. Good. It's a good one for immunity here. The armpits have the lymph nodes. Now you can stay with that. You can lift your legs and add the crisscross of the legs too. So we get into the groin lymph nodes using our core. Excellent. Do as little or as much as you like here for 3, 2, and 1. X marks the spot. Good job. Oh, shake it out. Good work today. Let's get some water. Feels good to move like that though, doesn't it? So whenever you're doing that, you don't have to move too large. Even just a little movement helps get that circulation flowing. So just do the best you can. All right. So palms on our lap, face up. Just let your fingers curl in. Just feel the energy. We're nice and warm from moving around like that. Let's rub our hands together. Good job. And just feel that energy getting nice and warm. All right, so with all that warmth in our hands, we're going to take the left arm out, flip it up, and then the bicep's going to come to the cheek, and we're going to lean to our right. And as we do, what I'd like for you to do is take your left shoulder back, look up at your left elbow, and then down at the floor. Look up at the elbow and down at the floor, and then bring both arms up in the center. Left hand holds on. Start bending your left elbow as you arc over to the left. Pull that right shoulder back as if there were a wall directly behind your shoulder. Just tap it and look up at your elbow, down at the floor. Look up and back down. Nice. Come all the way back up, arms up and overhead. And we just exhale, resist on the way down again. Good. Shoulder rolls. All right. Roll them back in their socket, hands back to your lap. Breathe in spaciousness. Letting go. Letting go of the to-dos. Letting go of worries. Letting go of things you didn't get to yet. Can you let that kind of stuff go? Inhale, let's open up like a flower opening to the sun, a little back arch. And then just place your hands on your thighs and round your chin, tuck your tail a bit. And then inhale, open up wide, pull back, lift up, open your throat. And then exhale, just come into this big rounded spine through the upper back and lower back. And then inhale, open and hold here. Breathe in and then exhale, release your arms down and alternating shoulders. Good. And then both. Okay, a little eye yoga. Very important to be working our eye muscles just like every other muscle. We're not going to improve our vision. That kind of is what it is. But eye strain and eye dryness can be very much helped by just working your eyes. So we want to make sure those eye muscles are worked just like every other muscle. We'll place our fingertips together, touching those two index fingers, and we'll look at the fingers and then at the bridge of our nose. So at the fingers, kind of go a little cross-eyed, bridge of the nose. One more time, fingers, bridge of the nose. Now, looking at the fingers, well, left hand is going to go up, right hand down. We're going to turn our head and follow the left hand up and look at the two fingers touching in front of us. Then watch our right hand go up. Left arm just reaches down. Good. Let's do that one more time. So looking at the fingers touching, follow the left hand up, right hand goes down. Come back through center. This helps with vertigo too. So go ahead and turn your head and look up. Now we're going to look down. Arms are going to go in the same direction. So left arm goes up, but look down at your right hand, turning your neck. Good. Come back to center and follow the left hand. Look all the way down at the floor. Good. Now come back through center. One more time. Look at your fingers, the bridge of your nose. Fingers, bridge of your nose. One more time. Fingers, bridge of your nose. Excellent. Now take those two index fingers out in front of you, and we're going to test. It's good to test peripheral vision and make sure we don't want to lose this, right? So we can always alert a doctor if something is amiss. And just go until you just can't see it. Good. And then we're going to bring that all the way back. Oh, nice. And then just touch your nose with your fingers. Oh, there you go. Now palming, a little rubbing, getting that warmth again. This is our energy. You can feel that. Okay, so I want you to imagine we had saltwater taffy in the freezer. We want to eat it, so we're warming it up so we can chew it. You're going to use the warmth of your hands and then pull that taffy out to the side. Ooh, it's stretchy. How far can you stretch it? And then bring it back through center. And then again, maybe a little different angle, just pull that taffy out. Nice. Now, it's important to work our eyes. So we're going to look up, look all the way up as you pull your taffy. Come back through center as the palms touch and look up again as you pull your taffy. Good job coming in. Now this time look down toward the floor, but really pull it out there and then bring it back in. And then the other side, pull it, look down, come back in one more time. We're gonna rub, get those warm hands. And then make a little sphere, cup it, feel that warmth, and just place it right over your eyes. So you feel that warming of the eye socket. The eyesight is our independence. Good job. And then just release, sit a little bit more forward and backstroke those arms. Good. So we get those hands warm. We put them over the eyes after eye exercises just to give them a little relaxation. Good. Excellent job. Okay, a little bit for what we call the levator scapula. It's a muscle right there at the top of our back behind our shoulder that lifts and lowers the shoulder blades. So we're going to round our shoulders forward just temporarily. Left arm, it's going to come to your left hip pocket, the middle of your back, or all the way over if you can. Then roll everything back and down. A little seesaw action. So maybe you just get to that left hip. Maybe you're halfway. Maybe you go all the way over to the right hip. See what your range of motion is. Nice. Now this time we're going to take it out and lower it, and then the right ear over the shoulder. So go ahead and lower that left shoulder. Now we're going to turn toward our armpit a couple of times, getting a beautiful stretch along the neck, the top of the shoulder, into that levator scapula. And then change the angles, maybe lift and lower your chin now. Just finding space, breaking up those crunchies. Some of that can be arthritis. Good. Now let's come back to center. Release, just kind of round a little bit forward so we can get it back there. And then once it's back, roll your shoulders back in their sockets, and then the seesaw motion. Now it's the same joint again as the shoulder, but it's a different side. So don't worry if it's not the same. We want to make sure we're working both sides. Just honor any unique limitations the side might have, and then go ahead and take it as far over as you can and lower the left ear. Breathe. Lower the right shoulder down, and then turn your head side to side a couple of times. What's crunching, what's tugging, what's pulling, right? Just awareness. And then maybe lifting and lowering your chin. Just change those vectors. Excellent job. Let's come back through center. Ooh, and scoot it all the way back in our chair. This time we're going to sit tall and flex our feet. We've got our quadricep muscles working. We just want to point and flex. So in these warm months we have from here till September, right? We start to swell. Maybe you get blood pooling, circulation. You got those purple patches, neuropathy, tingling, numbness, any of that. Moving the feet really helps. Plus, we're strengthening our quads, and we'll talk a lot about that in our knee series. Good to get those feet moving. Now, take your feet and windshield wiper in and out, and take your hands too. So I want you to feel this, not in knees and ankles, or ankles and wrists so much, but in your shoulder socket and your hip socket. All right, we're going to do a little bit of brain work. So turn your feet out and your hands in, and see if you can take them opposite of each other. You got to slow it down and really think about it. Oh, the body and the brain want you to synchronize them together. It's okay. We're going to go opposite. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Shake that all out. Oh, we turned that brain on for a second, didn't we? Grab your water. Don't be alarmed if some of that brain stuff is challenging. It's good. We want to work the brain in ways it's not used to. We're going to stretch in our hips a little bit because we have this whole series for the knees. And to strengthen knees, we actually need to strengthen hips. So I want us to stretch them out first. So let's just take our ankle to the ankle or up here to the thigh, flexing our right foot. First thing we're going to do, if you have the range of motion, is to interlace your hands and lift and lower your knee. So this one's called cradle the baby, sometimes referred to as bow and arrow. But we just want this wonderful hip rotation, internal and external. Just open and close the hip, working in that hip joint. Nice. So that's range of motion and mobility. Now we want to get into flexibility. So you've got this figure 4 setup. We're just going to lean forward, stretch, and then we're going to back it out. Good. Come forward and back out. So this is called feathering. When you're not just holding statically, you're actually going in pretty deep, leaning forward, exhale, and then you come back out. So the goal is to maybe go a little deeper because you're not holding it quite so long. Just make sure you're not holding your breath. Nice. Let's try that one more time. So lean forward. And now we're going to keep this same setup. Even if you're ankle to ankle, we're going to take arms overhead and we'll take a twist. So the left hand coming toward the right knee. Try not to use your chair to crank. Just roll your right shoulder and chest open. Turn your nose over your right shoulder, and nice width across your collarbones in your upper back. Lengthen tall from your sit bones to the crown of your head, and see how far you can see behind you. If you were in your car, can you see into your back seat or the cars behind you? Good. And let's come back to center. Excellent job. We'll release this right leg and either cross ankle to ankle or ankle to your thigh. We'll flex our left foot, sitting tall. Now, if you're here, you're just going to take your knee this way, right? If you're sitting up into this figure 4 setup, lift and lower the knee. You might feel a nice stretch in your hip. If it's at all painful, make it smaller. Maybe take your ankle down to the ankle. Good job. It's just getting some synovial fluid into the cartilage of the hip. So 2 more times should do it. Good job. and then relax, sit tall without rounding your shoulders. Let's lean forward until you feel that dull, achy stretch, and then come on up. And then lean forward and back up. Good. We always exhale at the deepest part of the stretch and then inhale when we come out. So that breath, what it does is calms your central nervous system, and then the central nervous system tells the whole body it's time to go into rest and digest, parasympathetic, and then the muscles relax. If we were panting and breathing really hard, then the muscles would start to contract even more. So that's why we slow the breath down when we take our stretches. All about the central nervous system. Come on up, arms overhead. And then we take a gentle twist without cranking or forcing over to our left. Sit tall, chin stays parallel, roll your shoulders back and down, and broaden across your chest. Breathe. 2 more cycles of breath. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. Excellent. Let's take some more cat-cows just to realign. So we've got just this pulling back as we inhale and exhale as we round. You can do cat-cows all throughout your day, every day, for the health of your back. Excellent work, guys. Okay, so let's come back to mountain. Grab your water, hydrate. We've got a big series to come. This is a whole series of knee exercises. So raise your hand if you have arthritis in your knee, pain in your knee, just weakness, bone on bone. Yeah, okay, so we all have, I have it. And the reason why I put the series together was my right knee, it's been going on for months. I was just on the couch of all things, and I moved my leg and I heard this big pop, and I thought, oh, that's not good. Hasn't felt right since. So my dad had both knees and hips replaced. We have an hereditary arthritic condition in our family. I've been exceptionally careful with my knees, but you know, that stuff's just going to happen, right? So anyway, there are things we can do to keep our knees very healthy. And what we want to do is strengthen the joints that help support our knees. And we also want to exercise the quadricep muscles and the hamstring muscles that help support the knees to strengthen them. So we can take pressure off of our knees so that the arthritis doesn't flare up so much. We want to make sure we're doing both sides. So even though this right side's been giving me issues, I want to make sure I'm exercising both sides. The first thing we want to do is sit midway of our chair, is get blood pumping to the joint of arthritis. So go ahead and start lifting into a march, but light feet, please. We don't want to put pressure on the joints. We want blood flow to the legs. That's what we're going for. So soft feet, lighten up your feet. No pounding or stress here, real soft feet, okay? So we want that knee joint just to have a nice movement, nice blood flow, nothing stomping. Excellent. Okay, so you can do this for about 30 seconds to get yourself nicely warmed up. Good. Especially if you've had a day sitting a little bit and you want to do your knee exercises, we want that blood flowing. So about 30 seconds. We'll go for about 5 more and then take our first exercise. Okay, I'm going to turn this down just a wee little bit so you can see fully. I'm going to lift up my foot. My foot's flexed, and I'm going to pretend that there is a paintbrush on the bottom of my heel. I'm going to try to keep my knee in line with my hip so that femur bone stays straight out, and circle around, painting with my heel on the floor. You can hold on to your leg, but if you can, take your hand off. So you're really strengthening this quad muscle. Ooh, lightly spinning the foot. Keep that knee in line with your hip. I know, keep that femur straight. Let's spin here for 3, 2, sit tall, and 1. Good job. Go the other direction, round and round. I know it's a lot. Hang in there. Keep breathing. Good job. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, relax. Okay, so if you needed to, you could hold on. Maybe you hold on just to get that circular motion, but the knee stays straight in line with the hip. Try to keep your thigh pretty parallel to the floor. The heel is hovering over the floor. It's just drawing a circle on your floor. So you're working that knee, you're strengthening the quad and the hip. It's about 15 of them, both directions. So 3, 2, 1, start circling the other way. Sit up nice and tall. We want this strength in the quad, in the calf, and the hamstring. They all support that knee. Good, so good in that knee joint there. Everything's all lined up. Good job, keep going. We want to be pumping blood right into this area. We don't want that blood to sit around too long. You can do these exercises anytime you feel knee pain. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to the seated march. So we don't always want to exercise when we feel pain, right? But sometimes that's exactly what we need because the body is yearning for the blood flow. And the more still we are, the less blood flow you're going to get, the more pain you're going to have. So it's just kind of something we have to balance out. So breathe through it. Keep marching. Okay. Now we're going to sit back and take our right leg out. We're going to flex the foot. Now, what I want you to do is pull your toes back. Now, squeeze your quadricep muscle, and you may not feel a big difference when you're squeezing and not, and release it. Squeeze. The main idea is to focus on squeezing and releasing. Even though the muscles, you may not feel them, they are firing up. Release, squeeze the quad muscle, and release. Good. Now the left leg, take it out there. Really pull your toes back, and in your mind, squeeze that quad muscle and relax it. Again, you may not feel it, but it's intention. Squeeze and release. You don't have to lift your leg. Just squeeze the quadricep, the top of your leg, and release. Nice. Now, moving on. We're going to sit forward again. Hands beside of you or on your hips. We're going to do rainbow with our legs now. So you're going to lift your right leg out and in, up and out, up and in. So make a rainbow with your knee, up and out, up and in. So lift and lower, lift and lower. Where are we feeling that? The top of the thigh into the hip, everything that supports the knee. Sitting tall is important. Excellent job. Ooh, one more. Keep breathing. Now to the left, rainbow arc. Good. You're going to get into that hip flexor, all 4 quad muscles. Excellent job. Sit up nice and tall here too. Just up and out, up and in, as straight as you can in that spine. About 6 to each side will do. Maybe 2 more. And 1 more. Good job. Sit more forward, and you're just going to tap your toe out in front. Tap your toe. So we want those shins moving out in front. Good. Now, we've got those toes tapping. Let's add on the opposite arm. Good. Opposite arm. Now, I want you to start to turn your head toward your arm. Yes. So turn that head. Excellent job. So quiet and light on your feet. We're going to do a couple more movements here. Excellent. So 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Excellent job. Now sitting all the way back, we're going to take our right leg up again. Flex your foot. Hang on. This time we're going to pulse. So we are going to lift that leg. Really flex your foot. Straighten your leg and just pulse it there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Left leg, flex your foot. Really pull those toes toward the shins and pulse. Good job. Up toward the sky, pulsing that leg. Feeling all this strength and good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Seated march. One more time. We're light and quiet with the feet. No pressure, just blood flow. How are we feeling so far? I know it's a lot of hard work, but the stronger we are, the less we'll feel that arthritis. All about strength and blood flow, really. That's the bottom line of it. Good. Okay, let's get some water. We are going to come to stand using the support of our chair. We're not going to be standing long. We just have a couple of things to do. So come on up. We'll use the back of our chair for support. Excellent. So here you go. I'm going to turn sideways just so you can see me. You can turn straight on if you'd like. Okay, so you got this chair, and what you're going to do is a donkey kick. So you're going to take your heel up toward your glute. Stay on this right leg. If you don't need your chair, you can try balancing. So we've been working on strengthening the quads, the front. There's 4 muscles on the top of your thigh. We've been strengthening them. We want to balance that out with the strength of the muscles behind your leg, your hamstrings. And each time you bring your heel up, bring it up as high as you can, using those hamstrings and getting strong. So we balance out the pressure on our knee. We want them both strong, front and back. So lift and lower as high as you can. Couple more exercises here. We're going to just finish it up. Good job. Woo, let's go. 5, 4, 3, good, 2. Now go ahead and hold it up there. You can hang on to your chair if you need to. Just squeeze those hamstrings. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Now, if you were cramping in your hamstrings, that's a good sign you're pretty weak there. And these are things you want to continue doing on your own to strengthen. Okay, so do the best you can. Left leg now, squeeze. Good. So sometimes those cramps mean really is the best thing we can do is to keep going, take a break, jump back in. Heel to the glute as high as you gently can lift and lower. Nice and high, up and down, up and down. You've got it. And let's go. 5, good. 4, all the way up. 3, 2, also stretches the quads, and 1, and hold, maybe balance. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to alternate right and left. Nice and slow. Chair for the support. If you don't need it, come off of it and let's see if we can balance ourselves. This is a good one for knee replacements right here. Nice. Just that nice range of motion. It stretches, it strengthens. Very healthy, very therapeutic. Good job, guys. 4, 3, kick it up there. 2, and 1. Already we have a seat in the chair. How about that? So come back to your seat. Excellent work with that. Okay. Now, one more time, we're going to march. Woo, turn this down so you can see me. So one more time, we're marching it out. I know those marches so good because what else gets that blood flow, right? Right here. Just soften the feet, super soft. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to sit up really tall, and you don't want to clamp your knee. So if you can hold on there, just don't put pressure. You also come behind the knee if you like, but just lift your knee up as high as you can. Hug that up to your chest as high as you can. Really pull it in. Sit tall, shoulders back and down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the left side. Excellent. Really pull it up there. Breathe. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Now we're going to stretch out the right hamstring. So take your right leg out and hinge forward. Stretching is so great for arthritis. Very important for arthritis. You know, we stretch our hamstrings pretty much every single class. Just reach for your toes. Go as far as you can there. We want a little slight tug behind the knee, nothing painful though. Good. The less flexible you are, the more you're going to feel that arthritis flare up. So if you've got arthritis, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Come on up. Let's go to the other side. So left leg out and lean. Good. Stretch here and hold, but not the breath. So keep breathing. Feel a nice, dull, achy stretch behind your knee. Nothing painful. Remember to breathe slowly for the central nervous system to calm. Excellent. And then come on up. So that was a whole series, simple but effective exercises to strengthen the knee joints and the leg muscles that support the knee joint. So we want to make sure that we're doing this pretty consistently, and your knees should be feeling really good. One of the best things you can do for knee pain is walking. Even if you're just walking around your house, walking provides a lot of nice blood flow to the knees. So there you go. All right, just a couple of little sun salutations. So sitting in our chair, we're going to take our arms overhead, sit tall, reach. We'll keep our left arm up, right arm lowers toward the floor, and lean laterally again. Inhale, fingers to the ceiling. Exhale, let's go to the left. Nice. Inhale it back up. Twisting to the right, just pull your right arm back. Inhale back through center. Twist over to the left now. Good. Back up through center. Let's hinge forward at our hips. Take those pinkies and triceps up. Good job. Inhale all the way up. We'll find our cactus arms once more. Fold halfway. Deep breath in. Hands to your kneecaps. Take your bow. Inhale, come on up and back bend. Take your hands to your chest, your shoulders, and then exhale, press away like you're pressing something heavy. Inhale, pull up, make a big X, stretch. Good. One more time, pull that back into the cow position. And then we're going to take a rounded forward fold. Good. Right arm comes up, twisting. We'll release our hand to our ankle. Left arm comes up and release. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Let's do that again. Arms overhead. Take the right hand toward the floor. Lean. Inhale, center. Left hand lower. Oh, so great for our backs. Inhale up. Let's twist to the right. Look over your shoulder. Inhale, center. Twist left, but don't take your knees with you. Yes, back through center. Now again, hinge forward. Strengthen the triceps. Really lift there. Inhale, arms up. Take your cactus arms. Strengthen the belly and the back. Lean halfway, full breath. Hands to your knees and we fold. Come on up. Hands to your shoulders. Pull it back. And then push something away with resistance. Good. Inhale, back bend. Take that big X shape and stretch. Good. Back to mountain and pull back. Hands to your thighs. Just stretch it out. This time, left arm up first. Stretch into your twist. Release it. Right arm up. Excellent. And release. Arms come up and overhead. Let's look up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Excellent job. Let's grab straps, a towel, a scarf, a belt, anything you have. Anything you can hold on to. Okay, so we're going to take the strap, just working in our shoulders a little bit like we worked our hips. So I just want you to take the arms up. Good. And then back down. We're going to inhale up. This is just a little range of motion here. And then back down. Maybe about 3 more times. Make sure you're not back bending. There's no pain. If that happens, just make this range of motion smaller. Good. Again, blood flow and movement is what it's all about. Now, we're going to take it all the way up there. Take it up. And now what I want you to do is stretch your arms, pull on that strap, and then release it so it's kind of slack. And then pull it tight and release. Pull it out, release. Now, take your arms and just stretch. Maybe stretch behind you. Good job. And relax. So we're going to come back to those knees a little bit. We're going to place the strap at the arch of our foot. So not the ball of the foot, the arch. I'm going to work with the quads, the hips, and the knees again. So line up your ankle with your knee, and we're going to pull the knee in like we did earlier, and then press down. So lift, and like you're taking your heel to your brake pedal of your car. That's a nice extension of your knee. So we're hinging in the knee. The more we move it this way, it has fluid as well, the knee joint. So you're getting nice lubrication. And we're working that hip. Excellent. So lift and push like you're going toward that pedal. Feel your arms and legs work. It's bone strengthening. Now take your thigh parallel to the floor and extend. So this one, they have these at gyms where you can use weight. We're just going to use our body weight and strengthen the quads and the muscles around the knee. Good. So bend and extend, bend and extend. Now let's do one more. Now here, I just want you to bend through the ankle. So point and flex the foot, pressing against the strap because your calf muscle supports your knee, as does the ankle joint. Good. So it's not just the knee we want to tend to, it's the things that support the knee. Good job. Let's take it to the other side. So place your left arch, not the ball of the foot, in the strap. Line up your knee with your ankles. Pull up and kick right down toward the floor. Now the arms are getting strong, right, by lifting the weight of the leg. So we're getting elbows and knees and shoulders and hips. Good. Breathing. Exhaling at the most effort. Oh, we want that fluid in that knee joint. Good. The Tin Man with the oil can. All right, then thighs parallel, and we'll extend. Kick through the heel, toes pull up toward the sky. Good job. Arms are still working here. 2 more kicks. Good. Now take that and press your foot. Press it into the strap. Good job. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. We're just going to release that and stretch out what we just worked. So those windshield wipers, side to side. Great way to stretch after we did our strengthening. Also feels good on the knee. Well done. Now just come back through center. Take a deep breath in and out. We've done our pigeons. We've done our hamstring stretches. I just want you to notice if there's maybe a little tingling, a vibrancy of the legs, that little buzz there, that means there's blood flow. That was our objective. So mission accomplished. Arms up and overhead. I hope you feel amazing head to toe. Hands to your heart. So grateful for you. Have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you again next week. Namaste. Take good care, guys. Thanks for joining. See you next time.
Thank you, Mindy.